offensive coordinator at Bowie. We'll just jump right into questions. Jeff, you want to start, Tony?
Sure, Rick. Obviously, just kind of an overall assessment of your group and side of the ball.
Yeah, really excited to watch them go play. It's a group that's worked incredibly hard to this point. You know, we talk a lot about fall camp, but even prior to that, you know, this is the time that, you know, we do it to play the games. You know what I mean? I'm excited to watch these guys work so hard to this point, get a chance to go perform on a really great stage, week 0, against an extremely quality opponent out the gate, and it should be really fun to watch them go do their thing.
Coach, obviously you and Maverick both coming over from Maverick Christian. You know, just having that veteran group, that veteran presence on the offense, kind of like Coach was talking about. How much of an upper hand do you think it's going to give you guys this first week?
I don't know. It's a great challenge. So I'm pretty excited to see how it matches up. I'll tell you, you know, obviously in today's college football world, there's obviously unknowns across the country going into a week 0 or any opener for that matter. You know, with that said, you kind of try to focus on yourself and make sure you're being the best version of yourself because, you know, like Coach said, you're not exactly sure what you're going to get. So we do try to focus on ourselves a lot in those deals. And Maverick being a part of the history that we have together certainly helps a little bit with that. So I'm excited to, like the others, watch them go play.
Obviously, just looking back briefly last year, you guys set the bar pretty high your first time out here. Is that just that connection? Was it immediate with Maverick? How did that work out so well?
Yeah, I mean, I think just a really high-quality competitor who takes his role very seriously, and you know, that's when things kind of come together like that. It's fun to be a part of it. You know, anytime you go into week 1, week 0, anytime it's an opener, like I said, you're just trying to, like I said, focus on yourself. And I think that anytime you get into that situation, you just hope you execute at a high level, and regardless of the opponent, that's worked for the history of offensive football for a long time. So yeah, I mean, I think anytime you have that history with the quarterback, it helps, and that connection has always been quality because of the work ethic that he has day in and day out.
Coming out of fall camp, how would you say the offensive line is?
Yeah, I mean, it's a group that's worked, again, extremely hard. I think the continuity that they've been able to create over the last couple of months has been impressive. Another group that has been molded extremely well and coached very hard, and they've come together. That group really needs to be a unit, you know, and so all 5 of them working together is very important, and I think that's been fun to watch kind of come together the last couple of weeks.
Coach, when students and fans are watching week 0 for the first time, what kind of offense do you hope that they see?
Yeah, explosive, attacking style of offense is what I've said since the day we walked into the door. Highly disciplined, highly physical offense that I hope everybody can get excited about. And so, you know, you work towards that over the course of an entire season. Coach Helton says it all the time, you know, not one game, any season's a marathon. So you always will have things that you hope to improve. And it's always different when the lights are on. So that's what we hope to see. There'll always be things that can be coached and improved, and that's part of the fun of the job, is knowing what we can coach and improve.
You know, on that same note, it's your first game here in Bowie, but fans in the stands, all the students back in classes, how are you expecting that environment to be for the first game?
Yeah, I hope it's an advantage for us. You know, I hope people far and wide will come out and help us. And, man, it's one of the best parts about college football is the pageantry and the fan base and the tailgating, and we hope it's an advantage that we can use. We're going to need it against an extremely high-quality opponent and a really, really great program, and that we get out the gate. And so I hope the fan base is excited. We need them, and I'm hoping that we can get their best on Saturday.
Aside from Maverick, who are some of the guys that you're really excited to get involved with? Who are some of the playmakers?
Yeah, I think it's some of the guys that you've seen in the past and some of the new guys as well. You know, I think that the guys that have been extremely productive here are continuing to do so. I've mentioned some of them in the past, but, you know, KD and Moose and those guys and Cam and those types of players are ones that have continuously showed what they can do at this place. And then there's so many newcomers that we really are excited to watch them hit the turf and see who stands out. The offense, and any good offense, is going to mold to whatever the personnel does well. And you can think you have that plan going into practice, but then when you go play a game, you have a better sense of it. So we're willing to mold and adapt to whoever's playing well, and that can be right out the gate to later on in the year.
Coach, you kind of already alluded to it a little bit, but last year Maverick had one of the highest 3rd and 4th down conversion percentages in all of college football. You kind of perceive that aggressiveness is going to continue, at least with him on 3rd and 4th down. He's going to continue to find that success. And how have you guys been working on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think third and fourth down is one of those key critical down statistics that's tracked across the country. For any explosive offense to stay on the field, you got to be good on critical downs. And I don't know if it's necessarily aggression as much as it's the ability to execute. Those are key downs where you have to be at your best to stay on the field. So we can talk about being an explosive, aggressive, attacking style of offense all we want. But if you're getting off the field on third down, you're not going to have enough snaps out there to make a difference. So really pleased with what Mav has done in critical downs. We harp on them pretty significantly, as many people do across the country. But that percentage is just a testament to the work and the time, mentally and physically, for an entire offense. Coach talked about it. The quarterback's one person, but it takes all 11 for offensive football. You know, we say the burden of execution is on the offense at times, and so we need to make sure that we're our best on third and fourth down.
How much added pressure is it that this is a conference game right out of the gate too? This matters for conference standing.
Yeah, I think it's the beauty of college football is you only get so many shots out there, you know, and so I think any conference game, any opener, they're all important. It's certainly, and I would say it's an exciting challenge, an opportunity more than anything else. But Coach Helton said it, man, the whole season's a marathon. Not one singular game is going to make or break your year. We're going to bring that attitude, I think, out there and just know that anybody who comes into this place, we want to be our best.